Hey guys, it's your girl Ayesha Shasha, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this steampunk themed tarot card, and the tarot card I chose to do today is Justice. Now, as usual, I'm going to be using items from Sophie and Toffee, mainly items from the tarot card box that we got in January, but I'm also using some items from the blowout box and also some pigments that I got in the Disney Tsum Tsum box. Now, some of you might have seen me do this technique before. I'm simply brushing in some mica powders into the mold, and then I'm going to fill it up with some green resin. And I actually do add in a touch of black pigment to this green as well. Now, the green pigment here, it's actually got a bit of a two-tone look to it. There's hints of gold in there too. So whenever you tilt it in the light, it just gives really cool different effects. Of course, I had to add in some glitter as well because, honey, this is me. So glitter! Do you see what I mean about those gorgeous two tones in the green? Like one way it's green, the other way it's gold. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And even though this is a matte mold, I actually really like the tarot card like this because it just adds to that kind of very rustic look. But I did end up glossing it over anyway. So the idea that I had with this card was that it was buried underneath some forgotten treasure, and there are shards of gold in there that have been trapped. That was the kind of vibe that I was going for. So I'm quite sporadic with adding in the gold leaf. I'm not trying to place it in any particular order. I wanted it to be quite random. And these little clock pieces, I don't know what it is about clocks, but it just adds a really sort of like mystical, magical kind of vibe to it. I've never done anything with a steampunk vibe before, but I'm really digging this. Next, it was time for me to make the little scales, which is the symbol for justice. And I wanted this to be white simply because it needed to stand out against all of those really dark colors. And I wanted this to be quite detailed as well. So I did add in a couple of rhinestones, but also some teeny tiny little golden balls there in each of the little pans. And of course, they had to be the exact same amount and placed in the exact right way, because otherwise the pans wouldn't be level. It's the details that count, okay? So now you can see that this card is really starting to take shape. It's looking really rustic and antique. And now I'm just going in with my Arteza acrylic marker, the gold one. You know that I love to use these markers when it comes to doing details in my projects. And I'm just using that to just fill in the border around the card. Next, I'm taking the words card and I'm just cutting out the word justice. Please, please, please make sure that you cut this like right up to the edge if you can, just to make sure that it actually fits into this little crevice here, especially because justice has a J, and so it kind of drops down a little bit on the first letter. You need to make sure that you are cutting it as close to the edge as possible so that it can actually fit in. Next, it's time for me to take my sweet time and dome around this card. Now, when you're doing this, make sure that you are really nice and gentle with it. I didn't actually want to set the scales in stone. I wanted them to be able to move around, so I had to make sure that no resin dripped into the middle. I'm adding in some extra little timepieces around the card as well. I just feel that they add so much character to this piece. I actually got them from Fun Showcase, and I'm so glad that I actually was able to find them for this project, because they even came in handy to use as bales for the back. All that was left to do now was to add in my final little chips of gold. And I say chips because I made sure that the gold leaf bits were actually sticking out of the resin when I cured it, so that it actually felt like there were tiny little chips of gold still embedded within the card. I wanted this to feel like it had been discovered underneath some really serious treasure. So I like to try and give backstories to my pieces. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. It was so much fun to do, and it's actually a very special gift for my dear friend Lou. And if you watch the premieres of my videos, you already know who Lou is. She is always there, bright and early, greeting everybody, and my girl is all about justice and equality. So Twinny, this is for you. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. Take care, my darlings, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.